might recall her debut album, Precious, in 1992. But Chante Moore has established herself as a force on the R&B scene for all of these years since then. She hates when I say all of these years. Memorable hits such as Love's Taken Over and I'm What You Need. Down, the songstress is back with her 7th studio album, The Rise of the Phoenix, and also on a national tour. Chante Moore joins us. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
So The Rise of the Phoenix. Yeah. What's that about?
Title, right? It's about taking everything that's happened, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, and using that for fuel. And in the myth of the Phoenix, it burns up and then is reborn with all of that energy.
So what happened? You were down and out or something?
I think everybody goes through something, you know, newly single and a single parent, and working on my life, you know, becoming a better person, a better artist, a better writer, singer, performer. So
when you talk about music reflecting your life,
yeah,
how long was it between this album and your last one?
4 years.
And was that because, like some other writers who go through stuff, they're like, you know what, I'm not ready to actually release it? And when did you get to the point where you said, okay, now it's time for me to do something?
Well, I was working, performing the weekends. You know, we come in and out of the city a lot, so thank you. But having new music, I don't think I was ready to say and sing what my heart was feeling. I think it's better to understand where you are as a person and who you are before you just start recording, and then it seems, you know, helter-skelter. And I wanted to really be clear about what kind of message I wanted to say. I wanted to get it to a better place emotionally, and I believe we did that with this record.
Is it hard to do songs for an album of things you are not going through? So because some people may say, well, wait a minute, I mean, I don't understand. If you're going through stuff, that's just stuff. Why can't you still just do music that has nothing to do with what you're personally going through?
Yeah, no, I've always been the person who has to believe what I sing. And I think what comes from your heart reaches your heart, reaches other people's hearts. And I think I want to be encouraging. I know I want to be a person who isn't just singing a song just because somebody famous wrote it or somebody who's good at writing. I want to be able to identify and have a message that's also sent emotionally and physically when I'm doing live concert. And I think that comes from coming from the church, you know, believe in what you sing. And so that's what I do. Sing about love. I believe in love.
You know, I have a question. It seems to me
that... Janiqua think?
She was bouncing and singing and dancing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Amy.
You know, I would say one of my pet peeves, I have a 21-year-old, and one of my pet peeves is that I feel like right now, generally speaking, music isn't as musical as it used to be. Like really, really beautiful lyrics, beautiful voices, appreciating those voices. And so you are someone who comes from that tradition and will bring that back to the fore. Do you believe that the current generation is ready to hear real music?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think that the more that we support the artists that we feel like have that, then it's an opportunity for the world to hear it. I think that there's a lot of great music that's being made that never gets exposed. You know, the sensationalism of, you know, being overly sexual or you know, ornery or, you know, busy or ratchet or whatever you want to call that, that gets attention, and then they buy their records. And sometimes those things are not the most important thing. And music, it should be about the voice. It should be about the music, the lyric, the feeling of the whole record, not just one song, an entire album. So buy The Rise of the Phoenix, because the whole album is from my heart, and I believe it's something that's encouraging. You have songs to dance to, sing to, make love to ride in the car with your family, and I just think there's different people that need to support.
Is it hard for you as an artist when folks listen to a single as opposed to the whole album? Because certainly songs are arranged in an order for a particular reason.
Yeah.
But the reality is, I mean, for many of us, I mean, I think back, there are a handful of albums I'll listen to from beginning to end.
Right, right. I think, well, I'm come from that school though, the old school. You see how I accepted that? Did you see that? I'm 30 plus. And what I love is that I do respect the journey of the music, and that even is part of what the interludes on the record. It says welcome to the journey, and each time you have a song, it's not just this moment, this thought. It is about that song, and then oh, that moment, and then this happened, and then I feel this. The rise and the fall of all of our emotions, I think, are necessary in a body of work.
I think this is incredible because when we talk about timeless music, you mentioned earlier the ratchet music, the hip hop music, the rap music, whatever, and right now what's #1 on the Billboard charts, that is not timeless, but the music that you make and the journey that you're telling through your music is timeless. And I think that that's super powerful because yes, it might not be everybody right now listening to it, but for the rest of our lives, we're going to be able to return back to that message, to that song, Rise of the Phoenix, and your inspiration of what came behind the pain that you turned into good work. The question that I have, because that's my shout out to you, the question that I have, of course,
Really?
is, yeah,
Really?
that is my shout out, because I really love timeless music, and this is the music I listen to. The question is, when you are going through something that's a turmoil in your life, there are so many other options that you can take instead of being a creative. What causes you or helps you or forces you to get to being a creative versus the other outlets that you could take when turmoils and stuff come up? So that way other folks have inspiration, because people aren't all songwriters, right? Like I'm not all songwriters. So how do you drive there versus everything else?
I think like everybody else, some days I just didn't get out of the bed and put on my pajamas and watch something that made me feel like, you know, escape through the movies. I really do escape in movies. But I think we all should live in the lane that is best for us, what we're created to do. I was created to make music. Even my name, it means to sing in French. Who knew? I don't know if my parents intended for that or not, but it's what it means, and it's what I feel. I believe it's what I was set on the earth to do, is to encourage through music. So that's what I do.
So when are we going to see you on TV shows? Because I feel like these TV shows...
I'm going to be on Roland Martin today.
No. I'm talking about the series about music and all that.
Well, I mean, she was one of the R&B divas right here on TV One.
Yeah.
No, I mean like a...
That's what I'm trying.
Just don't do reality.
Yeah.
I mean the reality.
I think what has to happen if I am in anything reality based, it has to be something that I have creative control over. I really believe that we as Black women have to display ourselves in a way that's full of integrity and strength and resilience, and I believe that's what we stand for, and I don't know if I can find that on TV all the time. So I'd like to be there.
I'm going to quickly go through a few songs. What is I Be a Fool about?
It's about making sure you let that person know, if I lost you, and being humble enough to say, if I lost you, I'd be a fool, and so would you.
Chasing.
You know? Chasing is about that everlasting chase for that hit.
Yeah, we know what that hit is.
And it might be something for everyone. It might be a different thing.
Breathe.
It's about going through hard times, struggles, and my love helping you breathe again.
On his mind.
Well, I'll be always on his mind. That's what it says. I'll be always on his mind.
I mean, you left him something. That probably goes.
That goes with something to remember.
And Real One.
It's about somebody loving you without you asking for those particular things that make you happy. I think love should be a gift and not something that's solicited. It should be just given, just open giving.
Cool. Folks, CD, The Rise of the Phoenix.
One more thing.
Chante Moore.
Interrupt you. I have a Christmas album that's coming out right after that.
Wow. Okay.
It's my first one in 25 years.
All right.
And I am excited about it. It's called Christmas Back to You. I interrupted you because I think you thought I was done.
No,
but I'm not.
But I'm done because I'm done like right now.
No.
Chante Moore, TV One. Back in a moment.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no. That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.